Flylady Diane here. We are back in zone number 5 this week. If you are just finding videos about the Flylady system, don't want you to get confused. Please go, if you haven't already done it, and do the 31 days of baby steps. 31 days that is going to take you from chaos to clean, just like the Flylady's new book. I walk you through every single chapter of the book. There's one video for every day, and if you don't know about the Flylady system, it's a really good place to start, because otherwise we tend to get caught up in too much information. Anyway, for those who have done 31 baby steps and you are working the Flylady system, it's probably time to add in some zone work, a weekly home blessing, and today I'm going to tell you about which zone we're in this week. Now, the Flylady zones, I've mentioned it before, but we go by the weeks. So if you look at the calendar, at the beginning of this month, do you see, we only had a very short week for week 1, zone 1. We only had a couple of days, so we actually borrowed Monday as well. But otherwise you've got zone 2 is the second week of the month, zone 3 is the third week of the month, the fourth, and now we are in zone 5, the 5th week of the month, and you can see that we've actually got a full week in here. Depends on the number of days in the month and how the calendar works out. This week we have 7 days in this zone. So what is zone 5? Well, zone 5, you can see I'm in our living room. It's the living room, the den, family room, wherever you spend most of your time. Now, if you've done 31 baby steps, you'll know that our mantra is just to do what we can. We just got to get the job done. We're not going to procrastinate. We're not going to it doesn't have to be perfect. We just got to do something. So all we're doing in this zone this week is a bit of decluttering and a bit of cleaning. Now, we're doing a bit of detailed cleaning. This is different from the weekly home blessing, where we spend 1 hour just kind of tidying up the main areas of the house. When we're doing zone work, this gives us a chance to kind of get into the corners. Now, if you have the Flylady Plus app, if you've got any Apple products, you can download the Flylady Plus app, and if you go on there, you will see the day's mission. Go and look there. If you don't, I'm an Android girl. I love Android. You can go onto the Flylady website, and if you search for sneak peek for the week, let me see if I can get that to come up. Am I going to be able to focus on that? No, probably not. But if you look at sneak peek for the week, snappy title, it will give you some ideas, missions of what you can do in zone 5. Now, the missions are kind of a mixture of decluttering and cleaning. You do what you need to do. I am not your mother. You know, I've got 2 kids and a husband of my own. I'm not your mother. You've got to be sensible about this. Your house is not the same as mine. You don't have the same pets as I do, or the same number of kids, or you're working outside the home, in the home. We've got all different combinations. So just go with your gut feeling of what you need to do in zone 5 this week. I really like following the zones because it takes the guesswork out for us. We just say, okay, this week we're working on zone 5, and next week we'll be back in zone 1. It stops us from hyper-focusing on one area. So anyway, to get back to the topic, like the missions for this week, one of them, and they're just suggestions, you can do what you like, is to hoover, vacuum. I've got my vacuum ready to go, my little red devil, is to, you know, pull off the cushions and from the sofa and, you know, vacuum underneath. And actually this mission, and I'm kind of missing my son today, that was always his favourite mission. When he was smaller, he would love to go sofa diving, and he could find, you know, he got to keep all the money that he finds in the sofa. My 17-year-old, he is in the States for a year doing American high school. So I haven't seen him since September, so it's been quite tough, especially when this mission comes around, because I always think of him, especially this mission. Anyway, I'll be seeing him. I'm going to pick him up in 2 months and I'll be able to give him a physical hug for the first time in September. Anyway, I won't get all teary. So, anyway, so the missions can be anything from getting your feather duster out and, you know, getting rid of the cobwebs. It could be, you know, going through your DVDs. I can see we've got some DVDs beside the television, so I need to put those away. I've also got some Easter decorations still up. I'm going to put those away today. I don't know if you can see on the table, we've got a few Easter decorations. And I also need to remember and clear off on top of the piano, because that's where we kind of display, you know, birthday cards, and I can see I've still got, it was my husband and I's anniversary last week, and I'm going to take down those cards now, and there's some birthday cards of my daughter, so those are going to be cleared away. When I'm working in Zone 5, as I've mentioned before, when I'm doing the weekly home blessing, and that's, you know, the 1 hour quick clean of the main areas of the house, just surface cleaning, when I'm doing my weekly home blessing, I always do the windows in that particular zone. So, like today is Zone 5. I'm going to be doing my weekly home blessing today, so I'm going to clean the windows in this room. And remember, when I say cleaning the windows, I'm not getting out the bucket of water, getting out the ladder, you know, like we used to do it in our family. You know, you get the old newspapers and shine up the windows after that. I'm just going to take some generic, environmentally friendly window cleaner, give it a quick scoosh, and wipe down the windows with a purple rag. Any rag you've got will do. What I'm trying to say here is just keep things simple. We're in Zone 5, so we just want to think about everything in Zone 5. Maybe you need to remember and water the plants. Ta-da! Maybe you've been thinking about buying some new throw pillows, some new throw cushions. Get those on your list for errand day, or maybe you've been thinking about doing a painting project, or just think about things in this room and walk around this room and think, you know, what would guests see if they walked into this room? Try and see it with somebody else's eyes, and that will quickly show you where your hot spots are or something that you need to work on. And what else was I going to say for today? Let me see, Zone 5. No, I think that was it. But just make sure that you don't go overboard with anything, any of the missions. Here we are, I knew what I meant to say. Set your timer, and remember, it doesn't need to be the Flylady timer. Use the timer that you have on your telephone, use the one that's on top of your stove. Just set your timer before you do any missions, and please also make sure that your routines are done, you know, your morning routine, that you're dressed to shoes, and yes, I've got my lace-up shoes on. Just make sure that you're ready to start your day before you start doing any missions, because I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I would just, when I first found Flylady, I would just dive in with decluttering, but you know, I wasn't dressed, I didn't know what was having for dinner, hadn't had my breakfast, and I was just kind of walking around in a fog. We don't want that for you. That's why I say please start with the 31 baby steps. I'll put a link up here to the videos for that. Just take the 31 baby steps. It's only 31 days, and it'll be a really good introduction to the system for you, instead of this kind of cherry picking and trying to do bits of it, because when we go into the system like that, yes, you'll see some benefits, but you won't get the long-lasting benefits for you, okay? So I won't get all preachy again. I hate getting preachy about it. But set your timer, have a good week in Zone 5, happy decluttering, happy flinging, and watch the space, because I'm going to do a little challenge, so there'll probably be an extra video coming today. Okay, this is it for me, Flylady Diane. I'm one of the mentors at Flylady Premium. If you really need more help with the Flylady system, you know, there's no shame in it. Sign up for a Flylady Mentor's Help. you know, everybody's at different stages. You know, I would have been delighted to sign up with a mentor when I started the process, but you can do it on your own. Just do the Flylady baby steps and we'll get you there. All right, this is it for me. Flylady Diane, have a great day and see you very soon. Bye for now.